We live on a tiny island in Indonesia. The island we're on is about 5 kilometers in diameter and there's no villages or roads on the island. So all the transport is done by boat, with wooden boats handmade locally. We are completely off-grid. What I love most about living here is the sense of independence. We can provide our own electricity, our own water, our own food, and that's pretty cool. Life here is definitely challenging, but also so rewarding. Simple tasks here, like, I don't know, doing laundry or cooking, are quite a lot of effort, but when you do complete them, you just feel so accomplished.
This is the process. This is the process I will live in life.
We're Marjo and An, and we live on a tiny island in the Mentawai Islands, Indonesia. The Mentawai Islands are a chain of around 70 islands, approximately 150 kilometers off the coast of West Sumatra. The weather here is very unpredictable and we get quite a lot of tropical storms. Luckily, the bay we're in is very protected from those usually. The region is mostly known as a world-class surfing destination and there's a bunch of surf resorts and surf camps spread across the islands. We were both working for one of the surf resorts here, and at the end of 2020 we both quit our jobs and bought this piece of land. And we've been living here ever since. At the moment we are living in a small wooden house. Anne built this one about 3 years ago when we've just got the land. And then around 2.5 years ago we started building this house, which is going to be our actual house. The biggest challenge of building here would be logistics. Everything has to be transported here with our little boat. Even materials that are sourced locally, like most of it, still usually comes from another bay or another island, so we still have to pick it up with the boat. And then all the other things that need to come from the mainland have to come with a ferry that comes once a week, and then we have to pick it up from the ferry. But the problem is that we don't have any internet or 4G or phone reception here. So it's quite complicated to actually order stuff from the mainland, as we have to drive out with our small boat, find some better signal, try and send a message to the shop on the mainland, hope that they're online, wait for a reply, and yeah, that can just take days just to order one little thing. So that's why things don't really go so quickly here. We are completely off-grid. At the moment we have a small generator to use for our power tools for building, and then we also have a small solar panel with a little battery to charge our devices and for light at night. But very soon we will have a bigger setup.
In the moment I build a set for solar panel.
Yeah, because we cannot put the solar panels on top of the roof from the house because it's made out of the leaves. So we have to build a separate shed for it. For drinking, we collect rainwater, which we then put through our water filter. For showering and dishes, etc., we dug a well on our property, which we just throw in a bucket and pull the water out manually at the moment. Later on, we'll put a water pump, but for that we need electricity first. What a lot of people here do is they build a tower with a water tank on it, so they only have to pump once a day. But because our house is quite high, we decided to go for an automatic water pump. But yeah, we still have to install it, so let's hope it works. So at the moment, we just shower at the well with a little bucket that we throw over ourselves.
Ale, ale!
So yeah, no electricity also means no running water. So means carrying water to do the dishes. Also, I quite like our sponge. It's the inside of coconut, because it's quite hard to find good quality sponges that last longer than 2 days here. So yeah, we just every few days take some of the inside of the coconut. It's great. When it's broken, just throw it out. Right. For groceries and things like that, we have to go to the main island where the bigger village is, called Siberut. And about once a week there's an overnight ferry that stocks up all the shops there, and that's when we also go there to buy things like fuel and rice, coffee, tea, sugar, flour, all those kinds of things. We also grow some stuff here, but to be honest, we haven't had so much time to spend on gardening, but in the future we're definitely hoping to grow more. We also often go out into the forest to get vegetables and fruit when there's anything in the season. We also go collecting mangoes and bananas, or something called langsat, which is a type of lychee, rambutan, durian. There's quite a lot of fruits that grow here, but it's all seasonal, so it's not all year round. Woohoo! And then for our protein, we rely heavily on the ocean. We go out fishing about twice a week. We usually spearfish. We also have a throwing net and a hand line. Since we don't have a fridge, we usually smoke the fish in our traditional Mentawai kitchen, which is an important part of our setup. And that way it lasts much longer. We also have chickens for their eggs and for eating.
This is the house for traditional Mentawai kitchen. We can cooking the selai or cooking some sagu, cooking everything with fire, with wood. And then I show you the fish. Now we cooking with selai. We call selai. Ikan selai.
Ikan selai is smoked fish.
Smoked fish. And like this example. With smoke, not fire, just smoke. Make sure no fire in there, because they're gonna burn.
The staple foods in the Mentawai Islands aren't rice like the rest of Indonesia, but actually something called sagu and taro. The sagu is a pretty special tree, as it has a lot of functions in Mentawai. So as we said before, they use the leaves for the roof, and then the trunk gets cut down and grated, and they make a type of flour out of it, which is called the sagu flour, and that's something we cook with a lot. Traditionally, people cook it in bamboo on the open fire, which is a skill I'm happy to say I've recently acquired. In general, the Mentawai people are super self-reliant and self-sufficient when it comes to food, and that's a skill we're happy to learn and to continue. And luckily An knows most of those things still, which is really amazing. The house we're building is made mostly out of wood, except for the bathroom and the kitchen. We went with a traditional style of building, as that's what's proven to be the most durable here in the islands. We experienced some pretty heavy weather here and some pretty heavy rainfall, so we wanted to make sure that the rain touches the wood as little as possible, and a really big factor in that is the roof.
So the roof is a tradition Mentawai roof. It is made from a leaf from a sagu tree. We build roof first step like this, first step, so the rainwater runs off quickly.
So the roof dries quickly and it doesn't get moldy easily.
Mm-hmm.
So when you walk into the house, you come to a big terrace area first, which is where I think we'll spend most of our time, since it's so hot here. We spend all day outside basically. And then when you go in, there's the open kitchen / living room area. There's a little toilet and a pantry on the side. And then when you take the stairs upstairs, there's 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. And then in the end, we decided to also make a little room under the roof. Since we have that steep roof, there was quite a lot of space underneath, so we have a little attic room as well. At the moment, we're putting all of our time and savings into this house.
So my cousin and me built the house.
And then the last year, you've been doing most of like all the finishing touches and the last bits and pieces. And we're very close to moving in now. We just need to finish like painting 1 or 2 walls. And then we need, of course, to still get all our furniture, which is quite hard to get around here. There's no furniture shops or anything. So either we're gonna make furniture ourselves or have local craftsmen make it for us.
Whenever we know cooking, building or fishing, we also go surfing.
Yeah, that's how we met, surfing out here when we were both working here. So whenever we have some spare time, we love to get in the water. These are our dogs, Zephyr and Kela, and our cat, Molly. We adopted them as little street puppies, or maybe rather beach puppies. And they're brothers, but it's very funny because they have really different characters. And yeah, it's just been super fun to see them grow up here, the island.
We have dangerous animals in this island, like a little cobra and viper.
Yeah. So whenever we go out into the forest, we're definitely always very careful. And in the night, we also never go out without a torch. So always use a torch to make sure you can see where you put your feet. So in Mentawai, people have an animistic belief. So they believe everything has a spirit. So of course humans, but also like animals and trees and everything. So the main aim is always to be like in balance and in harmony with your own spirit, but also with the spirits, for example, of the house and the nature. So yeah, that's why there's a lot of like little rules, one might say, to keep that balance.
This is about connection, you know.
On the island, there are some other people also living here, but they don't live here permanently. So there's a bunch of local people from some of the neighboring villages that come here a couple of months out of the year to harvest.
They have a garden like coconut, taro, everything, chenke and mango, everything.
And then there's also a few surf camps on the island that we're on. Since we live so remotely, it can definitely get a bit lonely at times, and that's not always easy. I would say for me that's definitely one of the biggest challenges of living here. And that's also one of the biggest reasons that I actually recently started documenting our journey here and our adventures here and started a YouTube channel. And to be able to share this lifestyle with people all around the world and connect with people has been really amazing.
Subscribe to Exploring Alternatives for more stories like this, and please share this video if you liked it. You can also follow Marjo and An on their YouTube channel at Our Island Life. Thanks for watching.